The world of publishing is under siege, and comics are no exception.
In the last 20 years or so, it's been getting worse and worse.
Former Marvel Comics editor Jim Salicrup, like many other cartoonists, has taken up double duty by advancing the art form as a board member of MoCA, a museum dedicated to the preservation of comics.
The average person really doesn't see comics. When I was a kid, it was almost impossible to avoid comics. Fortunately, comics have sort of been collected into book form, dubbed graphic novels, and have found their way into regular bookstores.
Former Beavis and Butthead cartoonist Rick Parker believes the change in comics comes from a new emphasis of the comics community on the depth of visual art.
Comics has become more like fine art in that it's a great form of personal human expression. There do seem to be a lot of people who are interested, a lot of very talented young people who are taking up the pens and pencils and computers and creating some great stuff, telling personal stories about their own lives, and it's not just a commercial endeavor.
The artists at independent cartoonist studio Activate and Outpost 51 broadcast this fine arts movement on the web, where they hope to create a new dialogue with comic art.
The idea behind that webcomics collective, which is called Activate, was to allow a forum for us to invest in ourselves and produce what I consider our signature works, our DNA comics.
It's more of a higher art form than it used to be, because it's talking about things that are much more relevant and poignant.
The internet, besides being a vehicle for the artist's visual message, is also a critical tool for marketing.
I post a couple blogs a week to have a good internet following. I posted over 400 blogs now. It's kind of crazy. And yeah, so it's a mixture of internet and having a store presence.
And at the comic store Forbidden Planet, Jeff Ayers, the manager, sees the success of the link between the web and print in action.
Online comics on phones, they have their place, and I really do think that there are a ton of people who actually look at that material. I do think, though, that, and I've experienced this, that tons of people have actually read that stuff and come in and actually bought the book.
Still, many believe the future of comics relies on perpetuating its original draw.
Comics always seem like the ideal, marriage of two incredible art forms into one, with its own rules and concepts and unique ways of telling stories or conveying information.
And it looks like the next generation is paying attention to that history while publishing their works in a high-tech world. This is Luis Zepeda with Lisa Chu.